So following onwards from the managerial career of Yaya Toure, he had a standout player at his time at UCD Dublin. Now he was relatively unknown a couple of years ago, but has been on the rise recently, his name being Aidan Eboue. The head coach here seemed to put a lot of faith in him, and with the reassurance of having a scholarship to fall back on and a wage, it seemed like a no-brainer. Coming through the ranks at UCD Dublin, university side, he was being touted as a big talent, rising through the ranks, coming into the career mode with a 67 rating overall. His primary nationality is of England. He does have some Ivorian roots in him, and it's exactly why the board made the decision to bring in Yaya Toure in the other career mode. Have a look at that afterwards. With his first pre-season out of the way, he was quickly ready to make his first team appearance, his official professional debut. Coming on for Harry O'Connor in the attacking midfield position, just behind the striker. And as we saw in the last career mode episode, he likes to get in behind the striker in the false 9 position, get on the ball, get involved in attacks. And with that being said, you can see how dangerously he moves in the final third. Doesn't make it through this time, but he's got the tenacity to keep on going, dropping in deep here. Gives the right back a lovely chip ball to get the attack going. And with a nice bit of control, taking the ball back, gets the attack going, takes the ball in the final third, and records his first professional goal on his professional debut. And it was a great finish by him. Started the attack himself, finished off the attack as well. And as excited as he is, you can see that he comes from humble beginnings. Puts his hands up to the sky, thanking the Lord. And with his backstory soon to unfold, you can see his teammates embracing him, knowing what he's been through. And the significance of the goal can't be understated. It's the start of his professional career, the first of many, the first of more to come. He takes the performance in his stride, keeps his composure. First team debut, comes off with a 7.1 rating, 32 minutes played, literally only 1 shot taken, 1 goal scored. And like we had said before, this isn't the last time you're going to see him score. Plenty of more to come, plenty of more where that came from. Here with another goal here, he takes it past the oncoming defender, smashes it on his weak foot into the bottom corner, and he shows out once again. This becomes a habit as he's in Ireland. He keeps on doing what he's doing, starting here against Drogheda United. And as we get things underway over here, Drogheda United start with the ball in possession. Eboue immediately applying pressure. He drops in on this left flank here, connect and play with the other 2 players, takes it in behind, looks to run in on goal. Surely this must be an opener for UCD Dublin, but it goes completely over the bar. It looks like his head's not in the game. And after building up a strong reputation in Ireland as well, this seems out of character for him. Despite that, he still tries to keep the intensity up in the game, but doesn't seem like he's able to pull off what he's used to. Tries to take on his man here again, gets dispossessed, but luckily the ref is in our favour here. On free kick duty here at UCD, looks to take the free kick quickly. He gets it back and tries to orchestrate an attack, but it comes to nothing. And with time running out in this game here, he looks to turn on the swag, take the game into his own hands, and goes on a mazy run of his own. Beats 1, beats 2, beats 3, cuts inside, plays it to another attacker, but they aren't able to capitalise here. And the game here against, I believe, bottom of the table, ends in a 0-0 draw. And it's not the end of the world per se, but with the form that he's been on, the route he's taken to get into football through UCD, a university side, he will have to maintain a certain level to stay in the professional game. And the players here are quick to remind him as well. With only 1 shot on target, 6.7 rating, there's so much that he could improve on here. But with that performance, there was definitely something behind the scenes going on. Even with the wage that he was offered, the scholarship that he was offered, it just wasn't enough for Eboue. See, he wanted to get his mind off of everything. So he heads to his usual cheeky spot that he goes to with bills and expenses. The money that he's been getting, the little £650, it hasn't really been enough to keep him going with the bills, living expenses, living on his own. And he starts to really panic. So if football doesn't work out, what's he gonna do? Everything's getting him irritated at this point, like even this guy. With rumours going around that he might get cut from the team, his scholarship might go away with that, and with that no funding, so he goes back to the life that he knows. See, those wraps on his wrist didn't come from nothing. He was a jugger, he was a driller, he was something, but he had left that life behind back in England, but he still had his connects, so he found a new plug in Ireland. So whilst his future in football was hanging in the balance, he was ready to get back to what he did best. He had all sides of the business on lock, the logistics, going from that even to the admin, and there was no doubt it was working, he was earning, and he was coming back to the spot to revel in the lavish that he so-called earned. But as fate would have it, as quickly as he got back into it, as quickly as he was kicked out. And just like that, he was in the system. Conviction on his record, criminal record. There was no way university side was going to let him back in there. Several months go by, but for him it's like a blink of an eye. All of his hope was gone. He couldn't go back to his club, couldn't go back to Julian. But he was so lucky about who was the manager of UCD. Given his Ivorian roots, Yaya Toure hooked him up, and we flash forward to the present day. He's been given an offer at Waterford, and unlike UCD, not a university side, no screenings involved, he just needed to play football. And as you know, beggars can't be choosers, so he's probably at the worst side in Ireland. We could argue he might even be the most talented footballer in Ireland right now. He's certainly willing to battle for his place, and he's got the ability to do anything he wants here. But will he have the right mindset to come back into professional football and stay here? I mean, it sure looks like the manager has faith in him, telling him to keep up the good work. And on top of that, with the help of Yaya Toure, he's been able to get a new agent in Casey Carlin, who's reminding him to stay on top of his fitness. But unfortunately, since his lifestyle after coming out of prison, he hasn't been the sharpest at all. And the coaches let him know, despite the talent that he's coming, all the promise that he has, it's not going to cut it to start in this team right now. And just for how he's performed up in training, he wasn't even on the bench for the first pre-season game. They were good enough without Eboue to get a 2-0 win. The two wingers, McCormack and Parsons, getting the goal. Luckily for Eboue, it wasn't the striker. And for that, he'll be given his opportunity in the second game in the Invitational Cup. Despite his recent performances in training, the media know it, fans know it, most importantly, the manager knows that he's deserving of a spot in this team. And now on his first team debut for his second club, comes on for Glenfield up top. With the scoreline being 0-0, I kind of know what to expect from this game. It's been cagey, pre-season game, not much attacking going on. Pretty much just stalemates in the midfield going on here, and with that, Eboue looks to kind of drop in as he does as a false nine, gets on the ball, gives a few give and goes, looks to orchestrate something up top and dishes it out to the left winger. Keep the ball in this area here, looking for some patient build up, not rushing the play here, but it's too congested, it's a bit too slow. Do we blame the weather like AFTV?
And intercepting it.
Definitely a stalemate written all over this game. And we end the game with a boring 0-0 draw.
And that will be all for this game anyway.
But we waste no time here, getting into the next Invitational Cup game. Second pre-season game for Eboue at Waterford FC, and he comes off the bench. And unlike the last game, it's been an eventful 77 minutes here. 3-1 to KBK. And the opposing side counter-attack fairly quickly after the chance that was just missed. And they bury it past our keeper to make that 4-1. 10 minutes left to play. Their striker is loving it here. It looks like Eboue himself is longing to have that same feeling here. No goals to show for his effort, and he comes off with an average 6.0 rating, with 2 shots on target. But nevertheless, knowing Eboue, he's been through a lot worse and he doesn't waste time. Shots aren't the problem, he's just getting them on target, getting them in the back of the net here. So he puts in some extra reps here, extra training behind the scene, and our agents told us that even our coaches notice our effort, so we make our way into the season now. Back in the SSD League, we make our way on as a substitute, but we're looking to make an instant impact here. Corner comes in, but it's cleared out, but only as far as our player. We call for it, inside the box, let it run onto our favoured left, take a shot, but we only narrowly miss. So close, but so far. But the tides of fate have definitely shifted in this game, from the training, from the support from the manager, the You could feel things would be different today. Eboue taking a lovely touch in the opposition's box, sets himself up nicely, finesse shot into the left corner, and he's able to make headlines here for the first time at Waterford for his debut goal, and even finds himself on the right hand side of the SSE Air City Team of the Week. And after a week like that, nobody could stop him from getting into the first team now, as he starts his first professional game in the Waterford colours, and his confidence is definitely showing now, coming off into the right, making their defenders look a bit silly. And this is the flair that we want to see from him. He has so much confidence underneath, but he just needs to show it more. Corner now to be taken by our number 7. He looks to take his time with lining up the corner, puts it into the mixer now, head on it, but it's saved by the keeper. But Aidan Eboue is certainly looking lively here. The attack definitely don't stop here. We're looking to attack again. Interplay from the left winger to Eboue here, and he looks to make his way down into the left channel now, and he keeps on going. He keeps on going. He sizes up the shot, lets it fly and scores. Beautiful finish. And as he does, he looks to the sky, praises the Lord for where he's come from and where he is now. And looking back on the replay, we can see the composure it took for him to be in space, but take his time, find his spot into the bottom right corner. And there's no wonder he's excited here. He's really found his feet now, and he's well on his way in his professional career. He's heading home now with another goal. 2 goals in 7. Not too amazing yet, but there's so much time for him to really reach the heights that he really is destined for. So the game ends 1-0. Even look at him raising up Alex Morgan quick in the interview. But he most importantly finds himself with a man of the match.
Now that's how it's done. Great, good. And now somebody wants a word out of you.